This is just an absolute treat. These players are so damn good.
The talent on these teams is undeniable. Everybody on every team right now is making plays.
It's going to be an exciting start to the season, and it'll just get better from here on out.
We're about to step to a whole new era of Overwatch esports. So much exciting action is happening here on CGL that you do not want to miss.
Look who's starting it all off. It's Raven. No one necessarily figure out what is the right way to go just yet.
What a nice roll through one thing. It's just gonna solidify everything within those.
Does come back, and Arsario gets the mech, but I don't need a mech. I'll kill 4 anyway.
This is just a highlight reel for Arsario right now.
They're making a statement in the EU Masters here.
This patch is still incredibly fresh. There's so much to learn, so much to change about the way we play the game.
NKC, but the shatter is colossal.
Let's get it going.
Trades keep coming through. Laura, is he gonna be able to find these shots true?
Idu on the overclock with 2.
Here comes an Avalanche immediately goes back, like fine skills, slicing and dicing their way through 2-3, so back and forth.
Oh my goodness. Watching it over and over again does not make it any less hype. Oh, I hope you're as ready for the midseason matchup that I am, Billy. This is going to be a banger of a series. Got Red Team versus UTOW Varsity Hybrid. This should be a fantastic matchup to watch today. My name is Joker's Ransom. His name's Chef Billy, and let's get this underway.
Yeah, I mean, Red Team definitely favored coming out the gate here. I mean, one of our perennial favorites here in the CGL. But UTOW, they're looking to make some waves here. The University of Toronto squad looking for a way to kind of blast into the scene here. They qualify in here into the mid-season tournament. So, I mean, that's already a big plus for them in the interim. But, you know, where do we go from here? How do you break down a team as strong as Red Team, especially with the backs of Hey, I'm Zero and I mean Lionel Hopeful, our one of our wunderkinds that we have just seen blossom before our eyes all these years. We haven't casted Hopeful, but I mean Jotun and Evergreen. I mean they're a pretty nasty backline. And then Rosa in the tank department is going to be really hard to break down. I mean this team has synergy built in. They have known each other for years. Literally, they have multiple CGL titles. So, I mean, this should be just another day at the office for them. I'm really curious to see what the University of Toronto, UTOW, brings to the table, Joshua. Because, I mean, Celesal, I recognize the name. I recognize Phantoms. I recognize Computer and Illusion. I just want to see how they play together.
Yeah, I mean, it should be good stuff. Again, you have to be very good to get into this midseason tournament because it's only, I believe, the top 4 teams from each division, so
Right.
8 teams overall. So, I mean, you've got to be a good team to get into this. And obviously, with this 3-1 record and only 3 map losses so far, I mean, this is a good squad. And I mean, obviously, they're going to be up for a test, however, because looking at the records for Red Team, it's 4-0 and 12-0. This is going to be a tough ask for them to get into this. But again, it'll really solidify their names if they can take on this Red Team squad and give them their first map loss. Or even match loss too.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're absolutely right. This is where the rubber meets the road. We're done with the playing games right now. This is for a bonus win, basically, going into the end of season tournament. And this is kind of a way to give yourself a little bit of an extra mid-season boost. It also gives you a chance to kind of, set the board and see where you're standing. And I think that's the big thing about this tournament is that it kind of gives you a little bit of a zoomed out view of what this division, what this whole division looks like. We'll see. We'll see how this goes down because I think that for UTOW, while they're not expected to win, how they perform may dictate how the rest of their season goes on, Joshua.
No, I definitely agree with you there. I'm also really interested to see how these two teams decide to attack the meta. And it is kind of developing now into somewhat of a more rush meta here with Ramatra, with Junker Queen. I'm really excited to see what Hopeful can do with the Tracer or Zero, either one. And then Ash or Sojourn. They're just both so good at both of them are good at those heroes. I mean, and it should be really interesting to see how both these two teams attack the meta that's unfurling in front of us.
You know, what's kind of interesting, Joshua, is that we've kind of gone a little bit away from the Genji
and
leaning more into Sojourn. I think it's the consistent damage. I think it's the Disruptor shot, but I also think that it's the charged rail that's getting so much value right now. As everything has gone down with the Season 9 patch, with the Season 9 hotfix, and as teams have finally, really absorbed into what we're getting into the meat of here, I think that Sojourn is just a safer bet. And you can get bigger reward on your investment as well. If you can protect the Sojourn. If the Sojourn can kind of do what a Tracer does and fend for themselves on these minis, on these Vegas, providing that kite back for the support line, it allows the Ramatra to go forward, okay? It gives you the flank angles. If you want the Tracer to be off on the side, you don't have to do the pincer style. You can do one claw and have still a straight shot at the gut there with the consistent sustained damage that a Sojourn brings. But it's also the slide. I think the slide gives you that quick, sudden burst of mobility that will catch a lot of teams off guard. I don't care how good you are at the game, from bronze all the way up to champion. Sojourn's movement is one of her most underrated parts of her kit, and if you use it the proper way. And if you got the Kobe, the step back fade shot with a charge. I mean, it's one of the prettiest shots. Ryder has showed us quite a few of those in the hype video. It's one of the most almost unprotectable shots in the game. And if you can master that, which we know that Zero and Hopeful both have very good practice at, this should be a very dynamic game. We'll see how this goes, though. We'll see how Red Team goes through. And see how they solidify themselves here at the top of the NAPC Open.
Well, we've got our teams. Now our stage for the first map of the evening. Sorry, I almost said afternoon. I've been casting since this afternoon. So, but the first map, we are going to be headed to Busan here, Billy. And that is what I'm interested about. Because obviously you think about this the map in general. It is like all control maps. You can play a variation of different compositions, but I expect we are going to stick with what we were talking about, really. Ramatra just being probably the only real option. Junker Queen's there, Diva's there as well. Sigma, you can play that still too. I mean, you just play Ramatra because it's easier to brawl with. And then I'm interested to see the backlines that we're going to be seeing from these two teams. Because we initially started with like a Zenyatta, Brigida, when Season 9 first came out. But like I said, Moira Rush has just kind of taken things over. At least in the, from what I'm hearing in the OWCS Swiss stages.
I mean, what I've been watching, when I have time to watch it, I'll have it on in the kitchen. At work, I'll be watching the replays, or I'll be watching somebody do a playback of it. Look, Moira has the escapability. Once again, we're talking mobility. Self-sustain, obviously there. Good damage output. The Coalescence is great to combo with, more risky ultimates if you're going in with an Annihilation. That keeps you nice and sturdy through it. Same thing with an Overclock. So I think that the combinations that we're seeing, Lucio has to be on the board. You cannot not play Lucio right now. If you're playing like a Brig Zen or like an Ana Brig, which I've also seen a lot of, especially in Asia, we will see, we'll see more of a death ball look, where they're all kind of huddling closer together, and that's really going to open up a team to these flanker pincher type movements. So we'll see how this goes down. But I think Busan in itself presents its own issues. I think that you run the Ramatra on Sanctuary and Mecha Base. I think you run the Diva, though, or the Junker Queen on downtown. Mobility, high, low ground. Once again, taking a sniper, any kind of sniper opportunity out of the way. The only DPS option that I would see somebody possibly bringing out is either a cast to deal with a tracer. Maybe a Sombra, because Sombra's actually crept her way back up into play as well. And then the Ashe, because of the Dynamite, because of the Bob. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, and we'll get it going.
Yeah, I am quite partial to Ashe because I think that's the only DPS player I can actually play. But yeah, I really like Ashe in this this current meta, at least, or at least this current iteration of Overwatch. Like you said, the Dynamite is so crucial because with that the healing passive, keeping that damage going denies the healing, and I believe it's the what is it, a 20% healing? What is it? Healing what?
Debuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it just helps. It just helps in general, keeping things. And again, like you were saying about the disruptor shot, that too as well.
I think that's why those two work. And I mean, Ashe is going to be very, very map specific. Like you can't run her everywhere, where you can run Sojourn everywhere. Blizzard World comes to mind. Dorado comes to mind as a really good Ashe map. I mean, I think that Mecha Base, as far as Busan and Downtown, works very well for Ashe. I think Sanctuary, you run into a little bit of a mobility issue there for the Ashe. Not as favorable sight lines as well, even though, you know, we see a lot of Widow come out there. I mean, that's just a straight shot. I mean, your angles have to be perfect, and you don't have the one-shot potential that a Widow has, so you can get dove upon, or you can get outflanked. So, I mean, there's so much to deal with. I think with Mecha Base and with Downtown, you have the coach going to kind of get you out of the way and get you back into the safety of your healers or wherever you need to go. That's why you can run the Ashe there. So, you know, it'll evolve further. You know, it still needs a little time in the oven before we're fully baked into a concrete meta. But, I mean, these two teams, you know, we're waiting for hand cams. Apparently, that's what we were waiting on. So, I mean, basically, you know, it's all over but the cry now. We'll see who gets the win here. I think it's going to be pretty easy work for Red Team, if I'm being completely honest. But, you know, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, definitely. And since we still have time to talk, I wanted to know what your take is, because on our map pool for this midseason playoffs, because, well, we don't have a staple, it would seem, for the hybrid game mode. We do not have Kings Row in this map pool, Billy. We only have Midtown, Numbani, Blizzard World, and Eichenwald.
Good. I am a Overwatch purist as they come, but I'm so sick of seeing London. It's not funny. This forces variety, and I like that. It forces you to use your brain a little bit more too. I think that we absolutely should be, you know, kind of nixing some of the standard maps like Lijiang and Kings Row. I think those two should only be saved for like grand finals times, honestly, because everybody expects to see it at that time. And I mean, why not give the people what they want? But I mean, for the players, I mean, it makes them, you know, it kicks them out of their comfort zone too. You know, it really does level the playing field. We always talk about it, that Kings Row is the most played map, and we have all played it the most out of all of our careers. All of us can admit that. I think that this forces you away from the easy, no-brain pick. You're not on cruise control. And like I said, it kind of levels the playing field a little bit. I know that everybody has practice on all the maps, but just not going into a map that you know so well that you could literally do it in your sleep. I think that gives a little bit more excitement to us. It gives a little bit more stakes for the players to play at their very best, and that's why I like this personally. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm 100% with you. I think Kings Row is the most overplayed map in the game, and it's not just. It's not that I don't like it. It's just good. It's good to see variety. Now, when Blizzard finally decides to give us more Flashpoint maps and push maps, that'd be fantastic too. But instead, we're getting a whole new game mode with 2 maps. But, you know,
it's okay. I think Lijiang is the most overplayed.
That too.
Lijiang is the most overplayed map in Overwatch, in competitive Overwatch. More than Kings Row. Because every once in a while, you'll see a team like, oh, you know what? I don't feel like going to Kings Row. Let's try and shake things up. You'll at least see the difference there. But almost everybody chooses Lijiang Tower as the starting control map. And I'm just like, God, there are so many other choices we could be going to. Please take me out of my living hell.
Yeah. I am happy about the new game mode though, because we are getting Hanamura back. But it's not whatever they decided to change the name to. But we're getting the cherry blossoms back, Billy, and that's all that matters. And then
Sure. Is it Clash? Is that what it's called?
Clash 5 CP.
5 CP. Yeah.
It's
I
not.
missed
It's
another
not.
Flashpoint.
It's not called 5 CP. I think it is called Clash, but it's just like you captured 5 whatever points in a row. I think it was just like a Team Fortress 2 game mode. And
well, you know what? We are having a couple of technical issues getting our players set up with the hand count, so we're going to throw it to a quick little break. But when we come back, we will have the beginning map here. Don't go away. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
All right, everyone. They are going to do this in a sense. We've got ready. Everyone's in, ready to go. I believe, yeah, we have Snake coming into the game here instead of, oh, wait, Snake. Or is that someone else's gamer tag? Hopefully. That should be fine. But, yeah, I'm excited. We're starting out on, what is this? What is this one called, Billy?
I mean, this is Sanctuary.
That's
what I mean, this is kind of the outlier here. I mean, they're all 3 completely separate maps, but this one is really about gaining first base, setting up your flank angle, especially with Zero coming through, and there is the Ashe as I expected to see. So they're going to play the Junker Queen variant here. I like this. They're actually running into a Winston. Actually, honestly, kind of shocked that we're seeing this. Hey,
yeah,
looking for the back line.
Yeah, the Winston choice, again, is just an interesting one, because, again, I feel like dive heroes are not at the best place, and there are better ones that do other things instead of the Winston right now, as Jot is going to be able to take down Computer already. It's going to be traded back, though. Illusions are able to find Hopeful, but, again, it just doesn't seem to be enough. Phantoms is going to get caught out there by Rosa, who is on the Junker Queen. But, hey, the trades keep coming through. Is going to find a pick, and Illusion is going to find a Rosa out. So, I mean, Red Team might have gotten this first capture early on, but it doesn't seem to be for long here. But maybe not, with Ham Zero on the Tracer, finding out Illusion as well. The trades just keep coming through back and forth, but UTOW are going to be able to take the point back.
Yeah, I mean, UTOW, good target focus there, taking their 1v1s, winning them out. So, I mean, not necessarily bad, only 14% there to Red Team. Rosa has been really kind of setting the pace as far as the front line. Just need to make sure that Computer and Wooly Whittle are going in with said Phantoms and see if they can get out. That's an early pulse bomb, no joy.
Yeah, not going to be able to find anything. Zelako is going to go for the pulse bomb yet again, but Wiggle is going to be the one to go down first and foremost here, Billy. As it is going to be traded back. Rosa's found out, but Zero, again, doing work for this Red Team right now, but it's just not looking to be enough, as UTOW are still staying strong, holding things down here.
Yeah, Celisao is actually really impressing me here on the Tracer. Absolutely matching wits with Hey, I'm Zero. Watch for Blade coming up in the next fight. It's going to be a naked Blade, so I mean, it's all going to be about the value and more finishing blows than anything else.
Yeah, Celisao really doing well right now. Rosa looking for that jagged blade. Not going to be able to find anything quite just yet, but there's the bubble coming down, taking some damage away. Celisao finally getting taken care of by Zero. Now the Primal Rage being popped by Phantoms, looking to get disruption, looking for kills. They still don't have anything yet, and Phantoms goes off the side of the map, down the cliffs, into the drink, and Red Team are able to take the point back.
I mean, that was all done just with basically one ultimate. I mean, they did pop the blade at one point, and, no joy there, especially without the bubble to kind of mitigate the damage coming in. Probably got yoinked in by Rosa. Was sent back packing with the katana broken. But now you've got the Rampage, both support ultimates, and a full spawn ready to go here. 5-pack ready for Red Team. Yeah, this is going to be really rough. The Kitsune Rush going to be going off, as well as the Sound Barrier from Red Team to start things off. And now they're going to be using the Overclock as well. 3 ultimates being invested into this. And, well, the fight is going to be won by them in the end, as Rosa finds 3 there for Red Team. Still having the Pulse Bomb and the Rampage available. Well, the good thing is that Wiggle actually held on to the Sound Barrier, so they have a good initiation tool here. They're just holding it. They're holding it for this Rampage to keep it sturdy. But Illusion being picked out like that is going to make it so hard for them to get back on the point. Yeah, not good at all. And Phantoms tried to at least force them back to the point. And hey, they're gonna take down Zero as well. That's a huge play coming in from Phantoms. You still have to walk into this Rampage that's gonna be coming online any second now when they make themselves known on the point. But Celisao looking for a Pulse Bomb stick to try to take Rosa out of this fight would be massive. The point is gonna get flipped in. Pulse Bomb is out from Zero, not gonna find anything.
still waiting for this rampage to come online from Rosa. And well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah. They had them all lined up there, but not going to be able to go. And there's the rampage coming in. The sound barrier coming in a little bit later. His Phantom's just going down so low. Finally going to be going down. But they've lost 2 players. Has a red team so far. Celisao looking for Rosa, looking for those kills. But Illusion's going to go down. The point's put back to red team. But still, it's not anyone's point fully at the moment, especially with Jot and Rosa falling down. Celisao and Co with Wiggle getting 0 out, flipping the point back. Overtime going to be ticking away. You've got to be able to get the point touch here if you are hopeful, and they are going to get there in the end, but it's not going to be enough, not going to be long enough, and the overtime bar ticks away as UTOW take round number 1.
UTOW kind of loud right now. Kind of wild with it. Bring out, you know, almost a full-blooded dive here. And I mean, I love it. I love what I'm seeing here. The only thing that they don't have right now is the grandma. And I mean, I think the Snake is doing a wonderful job with this Kiriko. The cleanse was good on the rampage. I mean, the sound barrier being held by Wiggle was pretty damn good as well. Will look like we're going to see swapping the tanks again. Illusion didn't get very much done. We saw him show up in the kill feed a couple of times. I think the utility and the escapability was kind of something that really thwarted Red Team from really taking a stranglehold there in Sanctuary. So as we head to Mecha Base, we swapped the tanks up. Let's see what Rosa does up against this Junker Queen going up against them.
Yeah, we'll see how it works for him. It is going to be harder to brawl it out now with this Junker Queen against the, well, okay, Rosa's just going to start it off strong. With the pummels coming in, looking for some more. Can't find anyone else, but the rest of the team is so low from UTOW at the moment as Wiggle is going to get taken down by 0. Celisao looking for Hopeful in the backline, but just not going to be able to find anything because Rosa with the pummels is just doing so much work for Red Team right now, and it's going to allow them to take the first capture of Mecha Base.
I mean, good opening pick there for Illusion. I mean, they lose 5 basically. And, I mean, Illusion comes back and claims one for their own. So, I mean, kind of a 5v4 situation right now. But they're just playing passive right now. And I think that they're waiting for cooldowns. And you can't go down. Jot cannot take down the Tracer that easily.
Not at all is now Rosa looking for blood with the pummels, with the Fists of Fury. And they are going to be able to do so. Jot takes down Phantoms to round it off. 25% and count it for Red Team.
Right now, tank diff. That's basically it. Oh gosh, Zero's looking for an easy stick here. Yeah, just gonna provide harassment. Yeah, playing very smart right now, playing within themselves. I like this. You know, just providing that nuisance factor that everybody hates with a good Tracer.
Yeah, he's still waiting it out. Hopeful with the shot, taking Illusion down. Now the Pulse Bomb coming in as well. Almost got so much value now with the Annihilation. Gonna be wrapping things up, forcing people back, and now that's just gonna be the fight done and dusted. Well, maybe not. Celisao comes in with a Pulse Bomb kill onto 0, but again, I think that's just a consolation prize in the grand scheme of things, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, they lost their Lucio, so I mean, there's no speed engage. I mean, they can try to walk in on top of this. I mean, you've got the Dunker here. I mean, just not getting the same value that you're seeing from this Ramatra.
Yeah, and I mean, the Kitsune Rush is going to be invested, but you lose Phantoms to the Hopefuls overclock, and now the rest of the team is falling around them. 85 and counting now for Red Team, and they just keep on getting picks. Phantoms has this rampage, though. This is huge to initiate.
I mean, but Jot's going to have, the sound barrier very closely behind it. I say that as he's going to go down.
Oh, no, an Ajax! An Ajax from Wiggle. That's not good at all. Finish it.
Certified Ajax moment.
Certified, a CGL certified Ajax moment from Wiggle. Oh, no. As the round number 2 goes the way of Red Team.
Yeah, I hate to see it. But now we're going to head downtown, and I mean, the third take here for Rosa. Exactly what I was anticipating here. The Diva reigns supreme here in downtown. I mean, I personally like the Junker Queen here. I also like the Sigma here. But the Diva just has so much good mobility. You know, we're talking about the Moira rush. Well, we just saw it with the Ramatra. Going back over to the Kiriko here for Snake. to be able to kind of teleport Swift Step up to that D.Va, should the D.Va, kind of get into a sticky situation.
Feel onto Sombra. What is he gonna do? Hopefully, wrapping around. Obviously, I like this, especially since it can really help chunk down Phantoms on this Winston. As the virus can come in with so much damage, as well as just the deniability with the hack. I mean, it's not like Sombra's old hack, but still very good nonetheless. But we'll see as the fight is breaking out on top of the theater, as Phantoms is getting down low, but Hopeful's the one to go down first, and so is Snake right afterwards, as Rosa could not chunk down Phantoms fast enough. They finally take them out of the fight, but it's just not going to be enough, because the rest of UTOW has found all the picks necessary in the world.
Oh, nasty stagger too. On the Rosa, so I mean, that's going to give him at least 10 extra percentage points. Waiting for the respawn of Rosa to come back into the fight. And I mean, if you look at how that fight broke out, I think that the hopeful Sombra was the right play, just didn't play it aggressive enough. So I mean, you'll watch when the Phantoms engages. Wait for people to fall down. The stick is there!
It's just an unfortunate time and place for Hopeful, dropping down into the line of fire as they get taken out of with the pulse bomb, and well, red team are forced to go packing back to spawn here. Oh,
you love it. I mean, this is gonna be a tank changer. Oh, gets out! You get computer on it. No shot.
Computer goes down. It's huge, and now that can just be a huge re-engage. But Jot gets found out as well. But if they can find this pick on the Phantoms, that'd be crazy. Sound barrier invested, and Illusions found the back line. Now Hopeful as well. Yeah, there goes that squandered pick on from the self-destruct. But other than that, I mean, now they just have to reset.
Well, I mean, the reset, I mean, they're going to be reset by going back to spawn. So, I mean, good pursuit there. I like the sound barrier, nice and aggressive. They were very decisive with it. That's what I love about the current meta right now. It rewards people when they are decisive. That's what we're seeing. And there's a decisive blade coming out. And it gets taken down again!
Gets taken down immediately. Zero, though. Match gets a kunai to the dome and gets sent back to spawn as well. And the DMAC coming onto Rosa. Phantoms in that Primal Rage is huge as well. It's already up to 82%. This is last fight territory. You cannot afford to die here if you are anyone on red team.
Well, I mean, you've got the Kitsune to get you on the point. You've got Hopeful with the overclock. That should be good initiative for them.
Yeah, the Kitsune Rush is going to be coming in, but first and foremost, you got to get to the point, and they are going to be able to get there in time. Phantoms is out of the fight, and Hopeful finding Wiggles huge. Illusion is going to get that trade back, but it looks like red team are going to be able to take the point back from UTOW at the 11th hour as Celesal finally going down.
Okay, but I mean, it's kind of expensive for a red team there. It cost them both their support ultimates. So, I mean, that's a win there for UTOW. Pulse Bomb didn't find anything, but you're already 50% towards the next one. So, Zero needs to get this Pulse Bomb online. Needs to find somebody in the back line in a hurry. That would be a great early pick to start getting them a little bit more stability here, Joshua.
Yeah, it would really help if they can get some stability from Hopeful's overclock, or the pulse bomb even from Zero, is because, well, Hopeful's back in spawn now. No, Snake goes down as well, but the trades keep coming back and forth. Red team are still in it, but, well, the force is being procced up by Lucio, and Wiggle, well, is going to pay for it because, well, the rest of the team came crawling back, so scampering back to point to stop them from recapturing it.
All right, we need a full reset here. If you're UTOW, you've got percentage. You got to win one fight, and you put a markup against red team, the prohibitive favorite to win the entire thing. So, I mean, UTOW, just play smart, play within yourself, get yourself in there, get yourself in Primal Rage, and see if you can knock some bodies off into the drink.
Yeah, we shall see as they're already rotating around. Phantoms found to drop their bubble onto the point now with the Kitsune Rush coming in. Rosa is going to get DMAC. The self-destruct is there. Pulse Bomb comes out. Not going to be able to find anyone. Overclock is there as well from Hopeful, looking to take down Phantoms. They get that pick and almost finding a wiggle there. As Jot is going to be the one to follow it up, but the nice shots keep coming true from Hopeful as they already built up to 88% here, Billy. This is the last fight for all the marbles of round number 1.
I mean, this is poor flight planning here from UTOW. I love the aggressiveness of the of the Kitsune. Yeah, they're gonna have to touch right now. They've got the primal, and they've already let it loose.
Yeah, Phantoms is going to get the primal and almost got off the point. Zero has this pulse bomb available. You got to stay alive, though. Dragon Blade coming in from Illusion. Soundbear is there as well as Zero's gone down and Rosa's out of Mac. The point is going to flip back. Kitsune Rush, though, from Red Team could turn it all back in their favor, but they've lost John. Hopeful's still alive, though. Is it going to be enough? No, it might not be. There's a Goomba stop at the point, but Rosa's still alive. It's a 2v1 on the point, but Rosa just does not have the help. But Zero's coming back. They've got the pulse bomb available. It's going to come out of the point. Not going to be able to find anything. Overtime bar ticking away so quickly you can almost not step off the point if you are anyone on the side of Red Team. And while they do in fact fall down, and in the end UTOW take map number 1.
Okay, game on. UTOW, kind of shocking the community right now with a 2-1 map win here on Busan. And I mean, Illusion got some work done here. Oh my word. I mean, this is downtown. This is where he really kind of showed up and started really cleaning houses and got the job done. But I mean, there was a moment where they almost crapped the bed. And I mean, the fact that Phantoms gets that primal at the 0 hour really did disrupt them enough to kind of get them back into their winning ways, get them all kind of, you know, back into that focus mode of being able to focus down a target, move on to the next one. And I mean, Sal might have just had a map against Zero there. The Zero may want to forget because Sal was absolutely owning the 1v1s.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree with you there. And thought it was over when the Winston got chunked down so low.
Yeah.
But the Primal Rage came online at the right time, like you said, and was able to stabilize around it. And then, well, it changed it all back on their head and switched it into the favor of UTOW. UTOW are now up 1-0, giving the first map loss in the PC division to Red Team.
I mean, that's their first map loss of the entire season.
Yep.
And it comes against UTOW. So, I mean, the great white hope from the north, from my former homeland, got it done, and I'm absolutely here for it. Any given Sunday, you know, that's a widely said football term. Any given day here in the CGL, anything can happen, and this is a perfect example of that, Joshua. They had fire in their eyes. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. They know what their identity is. I think that you need to be very cognizant of the tank matchups because Rosa's getting the early victories in those. And then we'll see, you know, we'll see Phantoms start to play a little bit more within themselves, play a little bit more with the team, or the team plays more with him. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I don't. Is that allowed?
No, I don't.
That's not allowed.
That is allowed. That's not allowed, Mr. Reinhold.
We had a pick for Kings Row, but Kings Row is not in the map pool.
Yeah,
for the midseason tournament.
Yeah, because Headgamer wanted to make them not play Kings Row, and that is his words, not mine. He just wanted some variety, Mr. Jeff Billy, and that's what we're getting.
Me too.
Hey, me 3. I'm really excited to see what these teams decide to go on, because again, it could really be any of the 4 maps in the rotation because we saw so many different looks from Red Team here.
We'll see how it actually goes down, and we'll see what happens after that. So, you know, I'm always here for it. I am always here for it to see what's going to go down, how they're going to get themselves going through. And, well, Midtown sounds like it's going to be our next map. So, I mean, it plays just like Kings Row. I mean, you've got the same chokes. You still got the same high ground contest. Just a little bit different pathing. Different heroes would be the way to go. So, we'll see how this is going to go down.
Well, I'm really excited. I love Midtown. I think it is my favorite new map. I would have to say, solely because it's New York. And that is my home state bias showing true. But other than that, I mean, generally it is a good map. I mean, I think from my talkings to with collegiate and OWCS players, I feel like that is their consensus #2 hybrid map. In a lot of senses. I mean, just because, like you said, it plays a lot like Kings Row.
Brawl works very good here. I think that you can actually run so many different compositions here, though. I mean, if you think about it, we started off the game of Overwatch 2 with Zarya. Zarya's kind of circled back here now, and she's actually kind of viable right now if you know how to keep her up. That's the problem. You have to run a main with her right now to kind of mitigate a lot of damage coming in. You can bubble, when people decide to aggress going in. So, I mean, she's kind of in a weird spot where she's kind of good, she's kind of bad. You just have to know how to play the style with her. Seen a lot of collegiate Overwatch right now playing the Zarya. And I'm absolutely just loving it right now. But I think Ramatra, probably your first choice here. JQ, your second. And then the Sigma actually here on Midtown would be third. Then, fourth would be Diva. So we will see that UTOW has chosen to defend here in Midtown. So it's going to be Red Team on the attack first here in New York. And we'll see if they're able to reverse their fortunes here. Otherwise, they're going to be facing match point.
Yeah, and that's something you do not want to think about now if you are Red Team, especially since you've been undefeated so far through this tournament. You have not lost a map in the PC tier. How do you come back from this? Obviously, this team is a championship quality, and that you've got to be able to tap into that potential there.
I mean, look, University of Toronto is competing, I believe, in NACE. If I remember correctly, I don't know if they're in NECC.
You're on the Okra board. You're
Toronto.
You're the Okra thing. You're the Okra guy.
I know, but I didn't vote for them, so that's why. So I mean, we still got Blinn up there, and I don't understand why they're on there. But that's just my personal opinion. Winthrop also no longer on that board for obvious reasons. But we will see how this goes down for Red Team. I mean, Phantom's coming out on the Doomfist. This is actually an interesting choice, especially running into a Diva. Rosa, going back to a comfort pick here.
Yeah, Doomfist has the sentiment with Doomfist has changed quite a bit since the beginning of Season 9. But hey, Celesav's already out of the White Snake. Going to be able to find the pick. But again, the DMAC coming onto Rosa is probably arguably even more crucial for UTOW here, as now they're going to be able to take down Zero. Trade keeps coming back, though. And did they get Rosa out of Remac with that punch? Oh my goodness. Sorry, that just lost my entire train of thought because of it, but they were able to get back into the Mac finally and take down Phantoms with the help of Snake, and they're just going to be able to rotate the point. And nice first fight coming in the way of Red Team.
I mean, let's talk about it again. This is a tank gap. This is just a compositional difference where UTOW fought one direction, and that direction was absolutely wrong. Now we're going to see if the Doomkiss can, at least hold the point here, whittle some time off.
Yeah, they are going to be able to get back to the point, but Phantoms has already gone down, Computer's going down, all of them are going down, and well, Red Team just says, I'm walking here, walking forward with the payload, Billy, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, if you could be any more New York, I don't know who can. I mean, forget about it.
I need a 99-cent slice of pizza, Billy. I got my Timbs on, I got my Yankee hat on, I got my puffer jacket.
Get out. Get out. You're no longer allowed to cast at the CGL, sir. I mean, this is great engagement. This is great engagement here from UTOW. Trying to stop the payload as best they can. You gotta get off this Doomfish.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is gonna be traded back though. Celesav's gone, and Zero's gonna be able to find that pick, but Phantoms is still looking for more. They can't really seem to find anything as Zero finds Illusion out. And the meanwhile of all of that is Phantoms does keep getting these punches, getting those stuns up, but again, there's just no follow-up to those damage, those stuns.
Yeah, I mean, I would be running a Narissa here, just to deny all the side damage. Anything is better than Doomfist. You're just not getting the same engagement. Celestial and Phantoms are not on the same page with these engagements. When you go with the Empowered Punch, you need to have your Tracer and or your Genji there to follow up there, because they're just leaving their backline exposed.
Yeah, as we just saw there, Computer's already down. Soundbeer is going to be invested here early on to just really win this point and give them the second point into Grand Central. But I mean, they still have time. They still have a little bit of staggers to come, or at least a little bit of stall to come through, but they're forcing them all the way back. Finally going to be able to go through, but that's just going to be all said and done with the 2 picks coming in from the DPS. Now Hopeful finds Wiggle as well. Yeah, it's the DPS show for Red Team now.
But it's also Rosa. The mobility,
True.
The mitigation, the quick sustained damage. I mean, yeah, you're seeing the final blows from Lionel and Zero, but this is all predicated on the tank presence. Now that you've got a high ground, I mean, you can look for any kind of engage here and just dive in where you need to be.
Oh, yeah, Rosa's really making space with this Diva pick, and again, it is one of those top 3 tanks, I would have to say, in Overwatch at the moment, and Rosa's really showing why at the moment, because, okay, Celestial is just going to come back in with a nice pulse bomb stick on the Jot and really help make UTOW come back into this with the Kitsune Rush, getting the DMAC. Self-destruct is going to come through to get back into the Mac, and hopeful. Oh! Goodness. It's always amazing to see his flicks. It always just so hard to remember that he is a council player. As Phantoms, though, and Illusion are going to be able to come in. Dragon Blade has been invested and to be able to take down Rosa.
I mean, it was over investment though. I mean, you put Pulse Bomb, Blade, and the Rush into that fight. Yeah, you whittle off what, an extra 30 seconds ish. I mean, I would have saved that Kitsune Rush for, the next fight. Once you saw that pick, the first pick come out, you could, play a little bit more against the chest. I'd like to see them be a little bit more judicious with their ultimate usage. But I mean, sometimes you just need to get that team fight win to get the adrenaline flowing once again.
Yeah, definitely is. Illusion's getting chunked down here and it's gonna be taken out. It's traded back immediately though by Celestial onto Hope. But again, Celestial get the final close. But it was all off the back of Phantoms there for the moment. But meanwhile, Computers in the back, taken down in the pack. So there's still a chance for Red Team to keep things going their way as Phantoms is so low. Gonna have to rotate away. Rotate onto the point to get that that healing passive going into their favor. And now still waiting it out. Hopeful's got the overclock back from spawn into the sights of everyone on UTOW, forcing them back for the time being. Celestial is looking for him in the back as Rosa takes down the tank. It's still self-destruct comes in. Sound barrier as well, but Illusion's not going to be able to stay alive through that damage. Still fighting it out as a pulse bomb getting in the meanwhile as well. It's a huge play coming in from Rosa. So much damage mitigated because of that.
I mean, they waited for the Susan to come out, so I mean, it was perfectly timed. They just didn't get the joy on it. Great little flick there from Rosa, and now, I mean, that's your speed gone. Oh, man, going from bad to worse. They need picks, and they need them now.
They really do. Kitsune Rush is going to be invested, though, by a computer, and it's just going to force back Red Team for the meanwhile. You guys, I mean, obviously, you have time. You still have almost 2 minutes on the board.
Well, I mean, you've got the sound barrier. I think you can get aggressive with it. The big thing is that Illusion's going to have a blade, and we've seen him get a couple of good blades out.
Yeah, Kitsune Rush is going to come in, pulse bomb into the corridor, not going to find the damage or the pick, but the damage is done as the computer goes falling down, and Celestial very low as well, and the recall kill after the melee coming in for the Zero. Just looking spicy with it. Zero finds another one, and that should be the nail in the coffin as Red Team are able to complete all 3 points.
Yeah, it'd be 79 seconds in the time bank. Not bad. Not bad as well. I mean, it could have been a whole hell of a lot worse. UTOW really did put their foot down defensively on point 3. I mean, they just got wiped through points 1 and 2. Almost jello resistance there. Kind of wiggled here and there. Kind of got stuck between some teeth, but nothing really substantial defensively for UTOW. So they really need to be cognizant of this tank matchup. Rosa is picking the proper tanks for the proper situation,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if they bring an Orisa here, just because. And I say that, but I mean, they're going to show the Diva. I mean, it's still better mobility, just to go up against that Doomfist. You know, with the going gold, really, you know, denying the empowered punch going through.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I wouldn't hate swap from Rosa, but again, why would you swap what's working perfect for Rosa right now? Unless they get caught out by UTOW, who aren't making any swaps and going into their attacking phase here, Billy. I think this is going to look really good for him. Hopeful is going to be going off the Sojourn now as well, going over to Ashe.
I mean, you have the good sightlines here on points A and B. Point C a little bit more difficult. You've got a couple of perches that you can get the cowgirl up to. But I mean, Illusion should, and I put that in air quotes, should be able to deal with the Ashe if they can save the dashes and stuff like that. But I mean, that's an early pick. Holy cow!
Yeah, that was good stuff. Good stuff indeed. And I think that's just going to send UTOW running for Spawn to make some changes. Well, maybe not.
No, so this is giving me like avoided vibes, where they're so narrow-minded in their thinking of what they want to do on a certain map that they're not willing to trade when they should. That's a big red flag for me, especially when you have to see the Swift step come out to make sure that your guy stays alive, and then you lose the Moira. That's a big chunk of your healing gone.
Yeah, and that's just where it gives you the entire chance to engage with and then the Moira's ability to turn everything on their head. Rosa is going to get demacked, though. So that is a nice opening from Phantoms. But again, you're just kind of caught between a hard place with the Dynamite coming through, and Wiggle's going to get fallen down. Illusion's going to be quickly there after Phantoms. As they've got to change something here, Billy, and that Moira swap is not enough.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see how this goes down, but oh man. They're just having such a hard time engaging because you're looking at Phantoms going in full bore. The rest of the team's trying to, you know, catch up at the back. You know, and once you pull the attention like this, I mean, Zero is doing the perfect tracer job right now. Just completely disrupting anything that you want to get started.
Snake is going to be taken down. However, Rosa's going to get back in the mech. Not going to be able to find anything with that self-destruct. However, there is still a chance to keep things going. Hopeful has the Bob available, but Phantoms is going to be able to find him with that slam down, and that is going to be the opening that UTOW is desperately looking for, and they are going to be able to open things up fully now. With Zero falling down, and that should be point going to UTOW.
Yep, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it takes them a little bit more than what we saw the red team bring here. Now it's all about how forward can you go? How much disruption can you push forward with? And the fact that you've got your Tracer, who is arguably the best player on your team right now in this game, you're kind of selling yourself short.
Oh yeah, you definitely are. But the sound barrier is going to be invested by Wiggle early on. And hey, Hopeful is already out, but the Bob is there as well. But it just doesn't seem like it's getting the value because the fight is just taking place at, the opening, the third point, and everyone's just so low from red team right now. They keep getting stunned up. Jot's going to get taken down. Zero is going to trade it back. The Meteor Strike all the way back to the point. Yeah, no one was pushing the cart. Just Zero was there. The only one there on the cart for any team. And it's just going to buy a lot of time, even though you're losing Zero there.
I mean, Rosa should be able to build up to a self-destruct.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. Celisao, though, has this Pulse Bomb available. Who are they looking for? Probably Hopeful on the Ashe. As Zero's coming back already before a real engagement is broken out. Dynamite's out as well. Still waiting it out. Coalescence invested early on with the Kitsune rush as Phantoms takes down Snake. Pulse Bomb comes through. Phantoms is traded back. Sound Barrier invested by Jot. Trade still in the favor of UTOW, but there goes Wiggle down, and Illusion's going to be quickly afterwards as Zero finds a ball spawn kill onto Computer.
Man, I mean, that's just great 1v1ing right there. Great target focus there coming from Red Team. They've really righted the ship here as we're approaching the 2-minute mark here in Midtown. We're below the bridge and not much on the board. We're coming up on the we're coming up on the sound barrier, so that'll be something for them. But I mean, they're going to have to deal with the bomb and the self-destruct before they get it online.
Yeah, as this is looking good for Red Team at the moment. 1:50 to go. Well, just as I say that, Zero's already out of the fight. A nice dynamite, though. Is going to get some chip damage going down and going to be able to get Bob into this early on. But Snake is getting focused down. That was a nice dive onto the back line there. Self-destruct comes out too, but not going to find anything quite just yet. Hopeful very low. Going to finally go down. Sound barrier invested as well. That should allow UTOW to get to this, or at least close to the start of third point here, as they are going to get contested up for the moment, but for how long? 5 meters away. Still, they are going to fight it out. Jot getting stunned up. Zero has the pulse bomb. The Dragon Blade is going to be the first thing to go, though. No one's been found out quite just yet by it. Snake is down. The trades are going in the favor of Red Team, and Phantoms is found out hopeful. Meteor Strike is out onto the point, and Jot goes down, and that might just be enough time. Pulse Bomb not going to find the damage necessary. Still, the trades keep coming through, but it looks like in the end, Red Team are going to be able to hold out. Maybe not with a Pulse Bomb coming in. Celisal finds 3. The DMAC coming in. Hopeful's back from Spawn, though, but Wiggles there as well. The hailing from UTOW could just be enough to sustain through the damage coming in, and it looks like to be the case. Jot is not enough. UTOW has a new lease on life going into point 3.
Yeah, but there's no shot that they get anywhere near this 119 time bank, so it's all about maximizing your gain here. Being very selective with your ultimates. I would be mirroring the Sojourn, or I would be bringing the Sojourn out here just to try and buy a little extra space, a little extra utility. The Genji just not getting it done. We haven't seen enough from the Blades. We saw one good play across 2 maps so far. So, I mean, I still think the front line is still where the problem is. You know, we're just not seeing enough from Phantoms. It's kind of good engagement, but the rest of the team's not able to follow in.
Yeah, as Phantoms are already into the back line there. Sound barrier, though, from Jot is going to be nice and clean. Going to get all 5 people with it. Self-destruct is going to come through, looking to find Rosa before they get back into the mech. Phantoms very low, and the Goomba stomp coming in onto Celisal. That's a nice re-engage by Red Team to start their defense on point 3.
Well, now let's take a look and see, you know, what can UTOW do here in the last 45 seconds. I mean, they've gone back over to the Kiriko. They're going to have the sound barrier coming up online. They're going to have the pulse bomb as well. Zero has it right now, and they're also going into a Kitsune rush of their own.
They almost got Wiggle, but they pay for it with their life there, Billy. That's not really a good trade, if I have to say, especially since now you've lost Rosa in this whole event. The good thing, though, for Red Team is they still have another fight.
They've got a fight. They've got 3 ultimates. And they are a +1 now without the tracers. So that annoyance factor is gone as well. And the pulse bomb threat is off the board. Now, Snake should be able to engage here around this last corner as we are approaching the 0-second mark. It's all 0 seconds from here.
Yeah, there's the Kitsune rush, though, but the Dragon Blade, as well as the Sound Barrier from Wiggle, has been used, but Zero blows them up with the help of everyone else on the team. The Meteor Strike not going to find anything. It's all Red in the kill feed. Red Team coming back after losing map 1 to tie it up 1-1.
Absolutely outstanding work there from Red Team. I mean, it was the tank difference. That's pure and simple. Everybody else is doing their jobs just fine and dandy. I don't care if we got play in the game. It was a singular play against the whole run of show. And I mean, Rosa really did dominate the front lines and really took space where, you know, you just saw these engagements going, yeah, that's a great empowered punch going in. But you look on the backside of it, there's just too much going on the backside. You don't have that mitigation factor, which I think is so important right now. Unless you're able to follow up on the junk or on the Doomfist, get the quick assassinations, and then come back to the rest of your team, That's where I think that you get the most value out of Doomfist.
Yeah, I think we got to figure it out. We're headed into Flashpoint, but first, we're headed to a short little break. Do not go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this banger of a series after this short break. everyone? It is time to head back into our matchup here of, pretty good series so far. I mean, we're definitely thinking it was going to be a one-sided affair in the favor of red team. The UTOW came out swinging on map number 1, taking them a 1-0, but then, well, red team came back swinging just as hard, taking map number 2, and now we are headed into map number 3, headed into Flashpoint, and we're going to see where we're going to go. And I feel like there's only really one choice, because I feel like it's Surabasa. It has to be Surabasa, right? Right? Am I crazy to think that?
I mean, you should be going to Surabasa. It's the better of the maps. But, I mean, I think that's where we're going. Is that where we're going? I think that's where we're going.
I don't know. We'll see where we're going.
We'll find out here in a minute. Oh, actually, we're going to New Junk City. We're going to Australia. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, this is UTOW's map pick. I mean, you can still run the Tracer here just fine. I think that you have a little bit more room for Genji to work here. I think that's why we picked this map. A little bit more geometry to climb up and down walls, get some dashes behind some cover, because Illusion was taking a lot of that early damage, trying to follow Phantoms in. Hopefully we have figured out the tank rotation here, because we're kind of getting a little bit of a situation where we're seeing a tank gap happen, and then not willing to switch off. And I think that's a big sign for me that flexibility, especially here in Season 9, is so very highly prized.
Yeah.
And we will see how that goes down now. I mean, trying to run a Winston into a D.Va, yeah, I see why we didn't go to the D.Va there. But the Junker Queen could have been fun. Especially with rampages. I mean, you could have been, targeting somebody out with a Gracie, trying to pull them in. The rampage. As long as you're looking for Suzu usage. Also, a big ultimate there. So, I mean, the Meteor Strike got 1, and that was just because that person was like 1 health. They were just, it was during the stall on going into point 3. So, I mean, as we head into New Junk City, I hope Phantoms has figured out where they want to go.
Yeah, so I was confused because on their team sheet that they filled out for us, their favorite comp to run is Junker Queen Dive. So I'm interested. I'm wondering why we haven't seen the Junker Queen come out. And I feel like this is the perfect map to bring it out, and that is what is going to be happening. At least at the moment, things can obviously change in the meanwhile in this next 20 seconds, but if it doesn't, I'm really liking it.
I think I like what Red Team's about to step in, bringing the Moira into the mix. We saw Computer bring the Moira out on point A and got a lot of burst healing down, got a couple of good coalescences as well. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun to see how the Kiriko goes up against this Moira as far as healing output, because the damage leans towards the Kiriko, but the sustain leans towards the Moira.
Yeah, especially since you can get in a lot quicker, I think, with this Moira composition. You can engage a lot with that massive amounts of healing that can come in those short bursts. But, well, it does not happen. As Rose is just deleted. John is going to be able to take down Computer, but again, I think that's just going to be a consolation fight. Look at those nice, I didn't even notice it. Nice, the Jade weapons there from Celestal.
All right, Celestal. That's beautiful. And you love to see it.
They look a lot better than what they looked when we first saw them, I will have to say.
Well, what do you mean? I mean,
the Jade, I don't know. Looks okay.
I thought you were talking about the player. I'm like,
that too. Oh yeah,
Celestal's been kind of owning.
Yeah. I was talking about the Jade weapons. Sorry.
Right.
We made a swap over to the May here as well, and Phantom, that's going to help now. Phantom taken down immediately is going to be traded back, but I think the damage has already been done as the picks just keep going the way in red as and they're just waiting to take down Celestal here.
I mean, early 50% taken there. Okay. I like what I'm seeing here from all the banter going on. Console Warriors, they're starting to bark a little bit, and I like it. But I mean, UTOW has some tools here. I mean, we're gonna have a pulse bomb. You know, race the pulse bomb. Definitely here for South needs to get that soon because there's no Suzu to clean it now.
Yeah, especially Zero. So low, and Jot's already been taken down. The good thing is they have to walk into them, or really they somewhat have to walk. Oh no, Snake gets taken out of the Coalescence as well, and that's just a perfect engage coming in from UTOW, not having to invest anything but that pulse bomb, and are able to take back the point.
I mean, so Blizzard into this fight. If they can force the Blizzard out and still win this this first Flashpoint of Arena, I think you can consider it a win. I like the posturing here as well from UTOW. Sound barrier online to keep them alive through this Blizzard should it come out.
As the Kitsune Rush is going to come in from computer here. Blizzard's going to be invested here. Rampage comes through. Sound barrier as well. First and foremost, you got to touch the point if you are a red team because it's kicking up and up and up. Gonna get there in the end, but the Dragon Blade's already found one. Overclock gonna be there as well. The trades keep coming through. The point is flipped over. Oh my goodness! What was that flick from Leo? Oh my goodness! Coming in. Oh my goodness. Again, I'll say it again. It's just so hard to picture this man playing on a controller, but he is, and it's just so incredible to see.
Turned the fight single-handedly. And that's Arena going over to red team. Looks like we are headed to. So that's not bomb flats.
I think it's not the green one either. I think it. Oh, it's the I know what it is. I just don't know the point name specifically.
Right.
Let me see.
I cannot remember these for the life of me. But I mean, we're heading now into point control here. High ground control from red team. Utah's going to have to rotate into this. They do have a sound barrier ready to go, but they're going to be going into this rampage, so they're going to have to really be cognizant of when to put it out there.
Yeah, the rampage could be the decisive factor, as Wiggle also does have this sound barrier, as this is going to go already into the favor of a red team, and they're not going to even have to invest the rampage in that, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, we're in junkyard right now, so I mean, first control is going to go over to red team. This Moira pick is starting to really pay some dividends here for red team because you can lock on to an elusive target like a Genji, like a Tracer, like a Kiriko. Pulse bomb, sound barrier, ready to go. Obviously, we're holding that sound barrier for the upcoming rampage, whatever they decide to let loose. That it's got to be an opening pick. Illusion has got to get a little bit more done. I'm asking a lot of this Genji player right now. I want to see more. I want to see you be the master of the Genji.
Oh, and Salasau goes down. Zero coming in. And again, they're going to be, they're investing at first there. And now they can invest the Rampage in response. But Rosa is going to go down in the meanwhile. It is traded back, though. Wiggle is out of the fight. And Hopeful is just having a day at the shooting range right now. Just lining up all up. Snake with a cleanup with the Moira as well. It's huge. And they didn't even have to invest the Coalescence.
I mean, GG's go next flashpoint.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean this is gonna be a flash. This is gonna be a map point here for red team, and they've got some tools. They're gonna have both support ultimates into this fight. They're gonna have this overclock, and we see what Leo has done without the overclock, just the charged rail. Celsa over to a May of their now a May.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're looking for headshots here. We're looking to build up walls. We're looking for space denial here. I mean, they're going to have to play a very perfect third flashpoint here, as it looks like we're heading into the refinery.
Yeah, we're going to have to play a perfect refinery here, Billy. Refinery, because it's the green one.
It's the green one.
Yeah, the refinery's green. But this is gonna be the Dragon Blade's gonna come out. Here's the Kitsune Rush as well. Soundbeer invested, overclock, everything are really just going at the wall here to see what sticks. And right now it looks like it is gonna be UTOW with the pick onto Rosa, sticking to the wall for them. They are going to take down Celis out, but Hopeful's gone. Pulsum is out, not going to be able to find anything. It looks like, yeah, red team did get some capture to start it off with, but UTOW is going to take it quickly back.
Yeah, and I mean, they invested sound barrier and the pulse bomb and the overclock into it. So I mean, now the entire economy has kind of shifted over towards UTOW, looking for Salsal. Slow but steady wins the race with the Blizzard. But you've got the sound barrier almost online. You've got the Rampage ready to go. Nothing to defend. So I mean, if they land this with any kind of goodness here, this should be an easy fight win.
Ooh, that wall might have just won it. And in general, Gross is already out of the fight. Computer is going to get taken down by Zero, and hopefully going to find Celestal as well. So it might not be an end-all, be-all here, but Zero's very low and going to be taken down. Yeah, that is going to be it. It's already up to 70%. They might have a chance to recontest this, though, Billy.
I mean, you've got, you know, 2 more flashpoints. I don't think that you try to go into the neutral here. See if you can get an early pick. See if you can flip the point over. But, I mean, at 90%, do you really need to do it? I say nay.
I think they might try to force out ultimates and get a last-second touch here. And if they win the fight, that's good for them. Yeah, and they are going to force out Rampage. That's huge for this next engagement. And now they do lose Rosa, but if they can get out this Blizzard as well, and I don't think that will be the case, yes, Illusion's going to find another pick as well, as the overtime bar is going to be ticking away, but you might be able to take down a late Illusion late there, and they do, and the stick comes in. Zero with the fadeaway jumper from downtown on the Wiggle, and that is going to be a huge thing for this next fight.
I mean, that's, you know, that's even prettier than the slide away, fade away shot, you know, Stefan Curry-esque with a Sojourn. That's just Kobe. That's just Kobe right there, and I mean, absolutely worth. Now, you know, for Red Team, they've got the Rampage difference. They're going into a Blizzard though, so there are some tools here to kind of, you know, make it a little bit easier for them.
Yeah, the Blizzard is going to be invested, but the Rampage is going to come through as well. Rosa's deleted though. Coalescence is invested as well. Hopeful looking for some picks, trying to invest before not having to use the overclock. They are going to invest the overclock as well. Going to go away from the remaining members. And they are going to be able to take down Celestal, still alive. Hopeful finally goes down. Dragonblade invests, and that should be the cleanup coming in the way of UTOW. But Snake finds them out. Zero finds Wiggle, and Rosa's back from spawn on the Orisa, and Zero finds out Phantoms. Oof.
Oh my God. I mean, what a perfect engagement there from Celestal. The wall and the Blizzard completely devalues the Rampage altogether. Before you can even connect with anybody, you get frozen up. Oh, man, what a pick from Rosa to come back on my girl, my beloved donkey horse, and gets the job done.
Ooh, Rosa's got to get running for the hills. Sound Mirror going to come in just in time. Now with the overclock coming in, or from the Kitsune Rush coming in. And well, that's just going to delete Rosa there. And then trying to get back into this. Hopeful is going to be signaled out there. Jana did find Illusion out of the fight, but in the end, it looks like UTOW are going to come back strong and take the point before it gets way too out of hand. But they can can't afford to lose a fight now.
Oh wow! That was a good crazy there. Actually gets him on the pullback. Yeah, it forces recall out here.
They might be able to take Phantoms out.
Yeah, they might be able to take Phantoms out. Yeah, I'm looking at that. But I mean, there's a Rampage.
Rampage is out, but Phantoms is down. And Rosa's the only one affected by the Rampage. It's just not going to find anyone else. As now the respawns have come back and the picks keep going the way of Red. Red Team is, in fact, painting New Junk City red. Coming in 78, 79 and counting.
That should do it. It'll be up to Wiggle or Illusion to get a touch here. Hopefully, Computer can swift step to them. But I mean, this should be it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, they don't get there.
Yeah, I mean, too damn close, to be quite honest. And Red Team take themselves to match point here. First round of the midseason Madness tournament. And man, Hopeful is on one right now. We are used to it all the time. Rosa does not like this map whatsoever. And I can see why. I mean, 3K there. That flick was everything that I needed to be and more. Lionel is just a freak, and we love our Hopeful.
I hope we have another hype video after this mid-season tournament, because that's gotta be in it. Because oh my goodness, what a play, what a flick, what an overall good round from Red Team overall. I mean, they were able to turn fights which they kind of had no business of turning, and were able to do it off the back of some just well-coordinated play, and then obviously some pop-off moments from Zero and Hopeful.
Well, I mean, you know, we still saw signs of life from Utah, though. Let's be completely honest. I mean, that was back and forth. Other than the junkyard, that was pretty well contested across all three or all four of the flashpoints. So, what does that mean going forward? Push is going to be up next. If I am UTOW, I am not picking Coliseo, because Hopeful is absolutely dialed in right now, and you don't want those long sight lines. Same thing with New Queen Street. A little bit better. I would be going to Esperanza if I were UTOW right now, to give Salosal the best opportunity to work the Tracer magic that we've seen all night long. Has really played into Zero very nicely. Zero has really warmed up and really found a different gear here as the night has progressed. I mean, we are now at what, 8:30, 9:30 on the East Coast. We've been going at this for a little over an hour and a half, almost an hour and a half now, and I mean, I think that we are on course to go to a map 5. If UTOW can play their game the way that they know they can, that we know they can, they showed it on Busan. I think that we look at them, and if Phantoms can pick the right tank here, which they did on New Junk City, I think they have a lot better chance of sticking it to Red Team here going into map number 4.
Yeah, I'm just really interested to see what the choice of map is going to be. I agree with you, Esperanza is probably the choice, but I mean, that is just our speculation. We don't know what is going on inside of these players' heads, now do we? Because I mean that would make us a lot better casters if we did, though. I mean, that'd be perfect. I mean, imagine just I'll look into their mind, see what's gonna be the play, and then I call it right as it happens. Oh, it'd be perfect. But we can't all have superpowers in this world. But yeah, we're still just waiting to see what the choice is. I mean, obviously, sometimes, Billy, I feel like you do have, you can see into people's minds, because usually you are right with your map when you say what map you think they're going to be choosing.
It's just based upon, I mean, years of doing this. I mean, I started here, as you know. This is where I got my start, and this is where I love to cast, and it's just years of practice. Big shout outs to Rhino, our producer, and Blizzard and Lottie, giving us these beautiful freaking pictures. I love it. They're capturing everything that we could have ever wanted, and then some. But I mean, it's taking UTOW a second to decide where we're gonna go. I think that they're having some serious discussion. You know, how are we gonna deal with Hopeful and Zero in the DPS, because they are absolutely turning this match in their favor, winning fights, like you said, that they had no business winning.
Yeah, and I think it has to be the fact that they probably had an idea. They probably wanted to go to New Queen Street or Coliseo, but after that match, you can't really afford to. So they're trying to weigh their options. Do we play a map maybe we're not as good on, or are we going to go to something that we know well, that we can play well, but are we going to that could lend themselves to what Red Team wants to play as well? And our little voice in our ears has told us that is going to be the case. We are going to be headed to a map that can very much go into the favor of Red Team, with Coliseo being the map choice.
Yeah, Coliseo, I'm very afraid of, because of where Hopeful is playing right now. If you can tell when somebody's feeling confident, okay? We've cast long enough, Joshua. We know when somebody's feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopeful right now is feeling it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The flick that turned the fight, they're on Arena. tells you that he is in the right headspace right now and is absolutely owning it and is having a wonderful time. Thank you very much. Zero is the silent assassin, taking 1v1s in the corner, waiting and stalking people out on side angles. So that's what we need to watch out here. I'm interested to see what kind of a lineup is going to come out from UTOW. They may have a reason why they're going to Coliseo. They may have a very specific composition that they want to run here.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see, really. I mean, what they are going to decide to do on this map. How are they going to counter out those sight lines that Hopeful has just been able to dominate throughout this series? Because, I mean, well, UTOW hasn't really challenged them in the hit scan role. They haven't challenged them in the long range DPS role. It's been Genji Tracer this entire time. Genji May, or Tracer May. Genji May. Whatever it will you be. They haven't countered them out, and I'm interested to see, because I know from their team sheet that Illusion likes to play Sojourn. That's their most played hero right now. I mean, I think this is where you might see them move over to that role, because you have to be able to contest Hopeful.
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, they feel that the game is a better engagement tool, at least looking for the final blows. I think that's where they're looking, really.
I mean, we'll see when we see Billy, because we're about to head straight into Coliseo. This is match point. This is match point 4 for Red Team to book their tickets to the next round of the semifinals, I believe, of the console, or sorry, not the console open tier. This is the PC open tier, baby. This is where it's all on the line. UTOW has a chance to force a map number 5. Can they do so? This is and they have their backs against their wall. This is where champions are made. Can UTOW show they have that championship DNA to come back in the series?
I mean, it will give them the world of confidence if they can do so. It'll give me a lot of confidence in them too. I do not hate this pick. I do not hate this pick. If they end up staying with this, yeah, I'm down for it. Let's see if Jot stays in that. Yeah. Don't bring the Granny out. Granny has no business being in here with the Tracer on the board. But you know what? We'll see how this is going to go through. I mean, Celsal's going to be looking to cordon off Rosa from the rest of the team, deny the healing. You're looking for the kit of Sigma here. A lot of extra mitigation, which is something they have really lacked this entire series.
The whole user comes out to delete. This is huge. Zero's already deleted with a nice icicle to the dome from across the map. It's huge way to start things off from UTOW. To get things into their favor as Jot goes down as well. This is going to be the start of the bot in the favor of UTOW.
I mean, it's all about getting to about this 30-meter mark right now, Joshua, and then assessing your options. Especially with Hopeful going on a rear end look. Oh no, yeah, you've got to watch your 6 there. Illusion.
Yeah,
I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing. They're pulling. They're doing the normal trace thing, trying to pull the eye level from the broad. It's all about the management of the shield here for Phantoms and the accretion. That's the big kicker for them.
The Tracer duel is still happening in the backline too, and Illusion's going to be the first one to go down. The almighty Tracer duel is interrupted by Snake with a kunai to the dome, which, hey, can't hate it if you're Red Team, but hate it for chivalry aspects, I shall say. However, Red Team are going to be able to come back off the back of it, and now Hopeful's finding their stride back onto this Tracer. Computer's now gone down. Phantom's the only one left, and well, Hopeful, who else is going to be the one to get that final blow?
Okay, but I mean, good first fight, right? I mean, they got some positive progress. They almost get to that 30-meter mark that I like. Oh, Hopeful's on one right now. Oh, no. You cannot go down if you're Illusion like that. You cannot go down that early.
Not at all. Already up to Pulse Bomb, already up to self-destruct, and very close to Kitsune Rush here, Billy. as the self-destruct is going to be the first thing to go into this fight, and almost finding someone with that self-destruct is huge. The pulse bomb, though, is going to take Celisao out. Coalescence comes through, but it just doesn't seem to be enough. The damage is just being is just overwhelming from red team at the moment, with the Bob coming in from 0 into the back line. Bot is in a precarious position, but all the picks just keep going the way of red team as the duel comes through, but it's just going to be the Bob taking Illusion down in the end, and the bot keeps moving forward in the favor of red team.
Aggression. Pure, unadulterated aggression here from red team, and they have had enough of this upstart team. At some point, the Flux came out. I think they got canceled out of it, or they just whiffed completely. But I mean, this is not good positioning here for UTOW. They do have this Blizzard Online. That's their saving grace.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure it does not get eaten up by Rosa. We've already seen them an affinity to eating projectiles. We've seen the pulse bomb being eaten so far throughout this series, but is their appetite hungry for something frosty? We'll see in this fight, as it's gonna be the Kitsune Rush, though, starting it off from Snake down the corridor, looking to get things going, as Hopeful's already found Wiggle out of this fight. Pulse bomb out yet again. Ice block forced out. There's the Blizzard coming out, and I mean, Rosa was there, but just not in time to get the eat. Phantom is traded with Jot, but it's still looking like red team have the upper hand in this fight. There's self-destruct available yet again as well for Rosa, and it's gonna have to invest it because, well, they are taken out of the mech, but gonna be able to get back into it. And Jot still has this sound barrier to really stabilize through all of this if they really need to, but the the bot is currently being taken away, and now the sound barrier comes in and only finds it onto Rosa and Jot, though. That's not what you wanted to see if you are red team at the moment. So still waiting it out. The bot is a little bit back, but right now it could have to pick up to Illusion. 0 might have just helped red team solidify.
Well, I mean, Hopeful has another pulse bomb. That's been on repeat.
Oh my goodness, Billy. Oh my goodness. Red team are going to engage into it as well. Sound barrier coming in onto the fight. Gravitic Flux going to be invested, and well, it looks like it's going to be working well. Bob going to come out as Celisao is taken out of the fight here. As now the Bob is just going to do all the work necessary for red team here. This is going to get chunked down the remaining members of UTOW. Some swaps being made.
I mean, I think they've given up. I think they've given up at this point. Going over the Torbjorn, I mean, other than the auto turret, I mean, that'll just be chunked down by 0 or by Rosa as you're trying to go in. They bring the Zarya out here, so yeah, complete change of tactics here. I like the particle beam going into the D.Va because obviously defense matrix does not work on that.
Yeah. We'll see how it works for them, though. Again, it's very, they've already got this forward spawn. Self-destruct coming in as well from Rosa is not going to find anything. Beam already charged up pretty well from Phantom's shot. Is going to go down off the side of the map. The Kitsune Rush is going to be there, but you're already losing players is a red team. So this new look from UTOW starting off strong for the moment. Yeah, they're just be forcing back red team for the time being.
I mean, yeah, I like really in your face. They're going to play a lot closer together, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it whatsoever. They're losing kind of the fight. Oh my God, the dash forward saves the rest of the team though.
Yeah, the dash forward saving everyone else is huge. Coalescence invested yet again by computer here. Not going to be able to find any picks off the back of it, though. Still, space is being created, and that's what UTOW desperately needs to get back into their favor. Try to claw back in this in the feed of distance at the moment, but that's just not looking to be possible. The rest of red team just capitalizing on all of the little mistakes that are being made by UTOW. Just the positional differences coming in.
I mean, they've got some weapons here. Okay, so I mean, they've got the grav. Sound barrier's gonna be there to keep them sturdy. Self-destruct almost again for Rosa. So I mean, Rosa is just feeding right now. Is just having the most wonderful time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they definitely are. They definitely are indeed. Now we'll see if they can keep things going. Phantoms has this Graviton Surge available that could really turn the tide back into their favor, but Illusion goes down. Who was trying to probably build up to that Pulse Bomb for that Graviton Surge. Just throw it in there, get that damage, but Hopefuls found another victim of their own Pulse Bomb, and well, they're just gonna have to wait another time to use their ultimates because they've already lost this fight.
So Hopeful is basically spawn camping Celestile coming out. Sound barrier, I mean, yeah, good stuff there. Well, I mean, there's so much on the board here for Red Team. We're approaching that kind of mark of victory where even if Utah starts to turn this fight completely in their favor, it's too much meterage for them to get. I mean, it's going to take them at least 4 fights to match the 120 that we're at right now. But I mean, you do have the rally coming out.
Yeah, rally coming out into the Kitsune Rush, though, as Ball Swamp comes through. Hopeful's very low. The recalls come in. Bob is out, as well as the Graviton Surge, and Zero is going to get caught out of the fight, as Hopeful is trying to stay alive, and they look to have gotten out for the time being. A lot of people are low, though, and Jot falls down. The change over to the Echo coming in. Pulse Bomb is out. Not going to find anyone this time, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically the deal with the turret and extra mobility in case they need it. I mean, basically, we're looking from the spawn view here of UTOW. They're just going to look to blink in and take damage on the back, and that's huge!
There's a great play. The melee into the recall is just classic Tracer. Another melee kill coming in from Hopeful, as Zero is going to get focused out, though. Taken down by Celesal. Still though, under a minute to go.
I mean, so Coalescence and the Molten Core ready to go here, but I mean, Hopeful is just dancing and playing with its food. Illusion actually wins that one out. So there is still life. 45 seconds left for Utah to continue themselves in this midseason tournament. They've got danger behind, they got danger in front.
Yeah, they do have ultimates though, Billy, and that's all they can really ask for, because that can help them combo all through these fights that they so desperately need to win, but they cannot afford a single fight loss now. It's down under 20 seconds. The Coalescence is invested here early on. A lot of people are getting chunked down. A lot of damage is coming out, but again, there's no confirmed kills. Molten Core coming in as well from Celesal, trying to take players out, but again, they just aren't finding ticks quite just yet. Pulse Bomb's back out, and Jot is going to go down to Illusion, and Hopeful doesn't find anything. This kind of just has to be a reset if you are a red team at the moment, because you want to fight this together and finish it out together. There's the copy, though, from Zero on to the Zarya, trying to build up to a Graviton Surge if they possibly can. They've already gotten up to 60%, but are they going to have enough time is the real question. Phantoms is gone, and that is going to be the grab coming out, and that's going to wrap it all up like a nice little bow on a Christmas present. Red team take the map and the series and win in a 3-1 fashion.
I mean, good stuff there from Red Team. They get challenged early, but then go on a 3-0 tear after that initial control map. I mean, but it was entertaining. UTOW, definitely a team on the rise here in the CGL, in the collegiate ranks. This was everything that you needed. And then the duplicate, yeah, that was just freaking filthy. So, man, I mean, good stuff coming out from Red Teams. They do get a little bit shaken. They take their first map loss of the season, even though it is in the mid-season tournament. And, well, you know, Smooth and Steady wins the race. They take that one map loss and then go on a 3-0 tear.
Yeah, they looked really good after that, losing that control. And again, it was control. So you've got to think that is always the outlier of these map types. You can kind of find similarities between that and Flashpoint now, though. But again, it still is kind of that outlier that we like to talk about. But yeah, when it wasn't that control map, Red Team just looked like, you know, Red Team. They looked like the team to beat at the moment. And that is going to continue to be that case until they are dethroned by another team.
Well, that'll have to save for another night, because that's going to do it for us here on CGL2 tonight. We had 3 series go across the channels tonight. And, well, we got the banger of the match.
And we
But
have
it
one
is in
more
the
15
end,
minutes.
red team.
Yes.
Huh?
We have one
There's
more in
one-
15 minutes.
One more in 15 minutes. All right. So, I mean, we still got more to come up here later on tonight. So don't go away, folks. Make sure that you got the notifications going on for all 3 of our channels across the Twitch verse. But for myself and Joshua on the desk with me, Rhino and Blizzard and Lottie giving us the beautiful pictures. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you later on this week.
Inside here, you know, you get an insight and you know something, you know, but you don't want to say it out loud because you're kind of afraid that it's not going to be really true and it'll spoil the whole thing for you, you know. But when somebody makes you say it, then, and it's true, then it just makes it more beautiful of a thing.
Break.